Welcome back to the TheKempire Daily YouTube channel, where we talk about the hottest topics in music, entertainment, and even reality TV. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out when we go live or when we upload. In today's video, I have two hot topics I want to talk about that are somewhat similar, but very different at the same time. I want to talk about this Halle Berry story. I posted this on my social media, and the feedback made me do this video because it's still a controversial topic when it comes to women paying their male former lovers, former exes, ex-husbands, whatever it may be, child support when they make more money. Well, if you've been following this Halle Berry saga for years, you know she has a child with Gabriel Aubrey. Nyla is their daughter. You know that she's been paying child support for quite some time. Well, recently, she expressed on her social media the pains of paying that amount of child support. And I'll just read a little bit of what she said. And I quote, "Women don't owe you SHI, you finish the rest." She went on to say, "I feel if a woman or a man is having to pay support that is way more than the reasonable needs to help support the child, I think that is wrong." Then she added, "I understand some parents, man or woman, may need help, but I also feel in these modern times, both men and women have the responsibility to financially take care of their children and work hard and make every effort to do so." This comes at a time when the judge in her current child support litigation has approved a 50% cut in the current child support that she was paying. So she was paying Gabriel Aubrey $16,000 a month for their daughter, Nyla. Now it's going to be $8,000 a month. Plus she'll be paying $85,000 in back child support, or retroactive, I should say. And she will have to pay $5,000 for his legal fees. And she will continue to pay for Nyla's private school and health insurance. Not only that, if Halle Berry ends up making more than $1.995 million, she will have to pay even more in child support. Also, it should be noted going forward, both parties have agreed to exchange annual income information, which will include complete income and expense declarations, tax returns, and profit and loss statements. This also is good news because they have agreed to attempt to settle future disputes through a private judge to keep this case out of court. We should keep in mind that Halle Berry has been paying child support for Nyla to Gabriel Aubrey for over a decade now. We've been following the story for a very long time, and I was shocked to see that how much she was still paying and that they were still having issues figuring these things out. But I saw the comments. A lot of people have strong opinions on this, and some are saying, you know what? Women want equality, so they need to pay. If they're making more money, they need to pay. And then there are some people who are saying that, what is he doing? A lot of people were wondering, does she not have custody of her daughter? And I need to make this clear. They have joint custody. And I believe this case was being handled in California. So in California, according to one of the comments that I got from an attorney that practiced family law in California, they said this: "I practice family law in California, and it's based on each party's income and timeshare percentage, and sometimes ability to earn. It is also totally non-biased formula." Look, I am not going to sit here and act like a lawyer, but I have heard this. In every state, it's different. And I know that they're sharing 50% custody each. So a lot of people are saying, why isn't he paying more? And, you know, there are a lot of opinions, and people were saying, like, you need to be careful who you sleep with. Look, it is what it is. But it is still shocking to me, $16,000 a month. I don't have any children, so I don't even know what it costs for a child. I don't know if it's $16,000 a month, but also we have to remember this is Halle Berry's daughter. So there's a certain lifestyle that she's used to living, that she lives with her mom, that I believe the court would want her to continue living when she's with her dad. Also, I don't know if they're paying for security, all those different elements that should be in mind. But it does seem excessive still. It does seem excessive. Well, since we're talking about a legal case, I did want to give you a quick update on the Britney Spears conservatorship story. Well, apparently it looks like Britney Spears is trying to have her father, Jamie Spears, removed permanently as the conservator over her life and body and financial decisions. Well, you may recall Jody Montgomery has been the temporary conservator over the Britney Spears conservatorship since 2019, when Jamie Spears at the time was allegedly ill or just not fit to handle it during that time. But as you also know, with the Free Britney Spears movement, a lot of people have been saying that there needs to be a better situation in development for Britney Spears' well-being. But the thing that we should be reporting on here, first of all, I'll just read some of what is currently going on in this case. So according to documents filed by Britney's legal team, and I quote, Britney has requested the resignation of the current conservator of her person, James P. Spears, who temporarily relinquished his powers effective as of September 9th, 2019. The within petition requests a replacement by Jody Montgomery, who has acted as a temporary conservator of her person since that date. But in bigger news that we should be talking about, Britney's legal team also noted Britney expressly reserves the right to petition of termination of her conservatorship, noting in the within petition shall be deemed to constitute a waiver of that right. I get it, y'all. You're all like, Kemp, break this down for me. I don't know what you're saying here. They are already putting in this petition the possibility to terminate Britney Spears' conservatorship. That's exciting news. I know I've talked about the Free Britney movement before here on the YouTube channel. And look, none of us are aware of Britney's mental state and her own abilities. But I've said it before, I've worked with people with developmental disabilities, people with mental health issues, and your goal is always to give them that independence. Little by little for some people can, everyone's different on how much independence they can have. And as I said before, we don't know Britney Spears' situation, but the fact that she's possibly seeking to get rid of it completely and take over her life again, that's a good sign. And I hope that is what we can attain for her. So according to The Blast, it appears this may be the beginning of the legal process of Britney Spears getting the entire conservatorship case dismissed. The pop star would still need to petition the court and get a judge approval before she's completely free. As you know, there has been a groundswell of fans with the Britney Spears movement who are calling for it to happen sooner than later. This is good news. I'm actually excited about this. As I said before, I wasn't sure about Britney's mental state, if she could do this on her own, but I'm an advocate for people having their own personal freedom always and forever. So I'll be following this story. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments. But before we go, I want to talk about this Wendy Williams story. If you've been following Wendy Williams, you already know there's been all kinds of issues with her ex-husband. But one of the biggest issues that we were reporting on was with Evelyn Lozada, or as Wendy calls it, Evelyn Lozada. Well, you may recall back in the day, there was an issue between Wendy and Evelyn Lozada. She referred to her then infant son as a cash register. And Wendy says problematic things all the time. Evelyn, though, snapped back at her and insinuated that her then husband was buying shoes for his then side piece in her store, allegedly. Well, they addressed this on her daytime talk show this week, where Wendy apologized for it, and so did Evelyn. So this is what Evelyn said in the interview.
I apologize to you because I believe exactly what you said. But let me start as to why Evelyn and I were in a fight, and I didn't mean anything. I just do hot topics. Okay, Evelyn was dating a baseball player, right? Named Carl Crawford. And when I was doing the story, I was just Wendy. I said, a walking cash register, cha-ching, something like that. And so your feelings were hurt by that. And then you clapped back to me saying, a man I used to be involved with was in Miami at her shoe store with another woman. Now, see, and I totally didn't believe that, because who does that? Like, whatever happened to doing your dirt or not at all?
Well, let me just clarify. He wasn't, I know we don't want to make this whole segment about him, but
he wasn't at the store. He would have an assistant call and purchase the shoes for him. So he never came to the store. He would come, you know, he would have someone else purchase the shoes, but we knew who he was purchasing the shoes for.
Anybody but me, because I wear an 11 and a half. So clearly, you know, if you're buying a size 8, anyway, so we've made up. I'm glad for that. I'm glad for that.
I'm glad too. You know, I think in all honesty and full transparency, it really did hit me like a ton of bricks. You know, I just had a baby. It took me 21 years to have this child. Then I had a boy. So at the time we were in Arizona and my family was in town. So it not only hurt me, but, you know, my family was also like, what the hell? You know, they were so happy with this baby boy. So, you know, I appreciate the apology. And I'm also sorry for handling that situation the way I did, because I know that you have a son. And, you know, I wasn't thinking about him with my comments.
It's okay. He was in school. He wasn't watching. So
we reported on Wendy Williams saying that she wanted to apologize to Evelyn a few weeks ago. I mean, there's a lot of people that Wendy probably should apologize. This was definitely not one on the top of the list, but it was interesting to see that she wanted to apologize there. And I'm always looking at Wendy with the side of like, why did you want to apologize to her specifically and maybe not Method Man's wife that you allegedly spread her cancer diagnosis on the radio many years ago? As always, I want to hear your thoughts on this Halle Berry situation. It seems highly debated right now. Everyone has a different feeling in regards to should Halle Berry be paying child support to Gabriel Arbery. I want to hear your thoughts. If you're a lawyer, please share your thoughts in the comments as well. And as always, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out when we have breaking news and we go live or when we upload. Have a great weekend.